All right, so here we have the Signature Fitness hip thrust machine. Now, the name online is like 14 words. They even at the end put in like for working your butt muscles or something. Anyways, doesn't matter. They really could shorten that name to something more descriptive. Hip thrust machine, pretty straightforward. You could just take a bench, a pad, and a barbell, but in my experience, anything over about 225, I don't care how well you pad it, it starts to, especially if you're hitting them hip bones, or maybe I just have bony hips right here, I don't know, but it starts to hurt. So this is a good alternative. There's multiple different machines like this, but we've got a nice rubber pad here for your feet. It's actually big enough to get a few different foot positions on here. Not a ton, but I mean, hey, it's a hip thrust machine. How much do you want, right? So I like to put my feet up near the edge at the top here, a little wide, toes pointed out. That way I can really feel my glutes pushing through the movement. There's enough space here. Well, okay, these are rubber plates, so they're a little wider than like the standard barbell plates, but there's enough space on here for 6 plates if you wanted to get them on there. I don't think I'll ever get that high. I think 3, maybe 4 is going to be about it. I like doing these at the end of my workout sets with 2 plates, maybe 3, but usually 2 plates, 10, 15, with some glute ham raises mixed in. I feel like that's a good mix. It's a good way to get the last bit of effort out. So as far as construction, I mean, this is all heavy duty steel. Assembly is a little challenging when you get to these back parts here, just because there's nothing to hold up this lever arm. But in short, I'll show you how this thing works, and then I'll tell you my one complaint. So without much further ado, we'll just throw our pad on here, seatbelt style. This could be a little snugger. It could go down a little bit further, but so got my feet set. I like to get my butt down on the bottom of the pad. These handles where my hands are, they're going to push out towards my feet. That's going to release the weight here, and then pretty straightforward from there, right? I'm just going to let the weight drop down and bridge. Right, so can't tell you how much better that is than any other machine. This is the only one I've ever used. I looked into this one for about $100, and they are $1,000 online, so I had to get it. Right now, my complaints. Again, I can't. I'm not that lean, so I can't be the only person who thinks this could use to be about 1 inch or 2 shorter. I mean, it's not too bad. You let your hips drop. You can get plenty of motion. That was enough for me to get a good squeeze at the end there, but it could be just a little tighter. I've got this thing wrenched down about as far as it'll go. The material on the belt is, it could be heavier duty. I'm the only one using this, but if I had this in a commercial gym, I would think this right here would need to be about twice as thick, like some of the Rogue stuff that I've got, but it'll hold. I mean, this will be down here for years before it has any kind of problems. Just in general, I'd like this to be a little more robust, but it's pretty good. It's nice and wide. It spreads all the way from your from your navel to your nuts. It's going to cover everything, so you get plenty of padding, but it could be just a little thicker. Other than that, 0 complaints. I even kind of like the color scheme. I mean, this kind of brown-orange kind of color, it's a good offset. It's like the only thing that's not black in my whole gym here. So that's all I got to say about that. $1,000. So maybe I'll try the knockoff if I can find one, but for now, this is going to live in my gym.